Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. Finally, after a year and a half of basically and like almost some forms of communications, some days don't, we finally got another Silent Hill trailer. Finally, after a long time, which is a Silent Hill 2 trailer, which is the combat trailer. So here's my thoughts on it. I'm just gonna have my thoughts on it, and that's pretty much mostly I'm gonna talk about the video, so it's gonna be a short video. The combat is pretty decently well. I'm not saying it's amazing, but I have to say that the gameplay is really good, and the enemies, Jays look great. The enemies, the locations, the atmosphere is almost a one-to-one recreation. I would say that Silent Hill 2 Remake is gonna be a lot more scary than the original, because the original game is not that scary. The sequel, I feel like this one's gonna be even more scarier, which is awesome, which is really amazing and awesome, and really something that is making me feel happy as a Silent Hill fan. And I have to well say, there are some a bit of roughness, and I've seen the little details and everything. There's a bit of roughness when it comes to the game. Especially with James using there's a bit of a roughness when it comes to the movement. It's not a smooth movement. Movement-wise, it's not too bad. It's not too good. It's at least subpar. At least it's subpar. I wish it had the same movement as Alan Wake 2 kind of movement. Then I would say the movement was pretty great. But yeah, but still, it's a pretty good trailer. Even though there's no release date, it's a very good trailer. And here's one thing I have to say for those people who unfortunately just hating on the game for no reason. I'm gonna say this. I know I'm gonna go a bit of a rant on this bitch. Listen, if you're a person that looks for just gameplay and combat to make the game make you hooked into the game, I'm sorry, Silent Hill 2 Remake is not gonna be your game whatsoever at all. For those people who just think that gameplay be the number one thing, gameplay and combat be the number one thing on their agenda when it comes to Silent Hill 2 Remake, you need to leave. The game is not for you. Straight up, I'm telling you, the game is not for you at all. Because the Silent Hill series, and it has been proven for years, gameplay, combat-wise, combat is not their strongest suit. Resident Evil have much stronger combat than Silent Hill. Obviously, but what Silent Hill has over Resident Evil is good story. It has really good characters that is very relatable for a lot of people, a lot of us. The symbolism is there, the atmosphere, and the game, it feels like a survival horror game than an action horror game. That's the difference between Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Right from Resident Evil 4 onwards, a lot of the games, like Resident Evil 4 is an action horror title. Silent Hill 2 is a survival horror title. There is a big difference. Resident Evil 4 is a survival horror game with action elements put into it. Silent Hill 2 is a full-fledged psychological horror game, a psychological survival horror game that it messes with your psyche. So that's I have to say this about that. And I have seen mixed reactions from the fan base, not just from the fan base, but from people. Some people like it, some people don't. And I could say this, that the trailer actually looks good. The soundtrack, it still hits. Akira Yamaoka still hits the same soundtrack. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. And I am though looking for, and heck, the enemies again are recreated almost amazingly. And the enemies look violent. There's QTE in this game, which is pretty cool. We haven't seen QTE in a survival horror game in a long time. So it's a welcome back feature, which is good, which is awesome. I definitely do like it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. But yeah, I am excited for Silent Hill 2 Remake. It's coming out this year. Even Sony confirmed in the game, by the end of last year, when they made this little slide video about the games that are coming out this year, Silent Hill 2 Remake is one of them, as well as Metal Gear Solid Delta. But yeah, that is something I really want to like discuss when it comes to that. So overall, it's a good trailer, and I would say that I would rather let them take their time to make the game instead of them having a rushed product. I would rather let them take another few months. If I would say what the release date of the game is going to be, is either going to be at the end of the summer. The earliest I can think of, to be honest, is September. That's as early as September, as late as November. As late as November. September to November, around that period, around October, September, October, November, it'll be a perfect time for the game to patch and everything and then release it. Because I would rather have a finished product. There's some rough edges, they can polish it. There's still time. They literally said at the end of the trailer that it's still in development. So I'd rather let them take their sweet time. And by the way, less is better. I'd rather them not show a lot of things, but show a lot of things just to build excitement, to build level excitement. And for me, combat is the least of my worries when it comes to Silent Hill 2. Combat is the least of my worries. The combat could be good, at least decent to good. I'm not saying amazing, but decent to good. I'm down with it. I'm fully down with it. That's not the reason I got love and hooked to the series. The true reason I like the Silent Hill franchise is the psychological warfare between the characters against themselves, within the characters. Psychological warfare within the characters and the symbolism that's involved in that character or any sort of character. So that's the one thing, that's like the main reason why I love the series in the first place. And again, for those people who think that gameplay combat should be the #1 priority for Silent Hill 2 Remake, go to Resident Evil. That's where you can go. And like I said, and I'm not gonna lie, Resident Evil's the best quality for Resident Evil games are the gameplay, are the combat. That's like their top thing. It's a top thing. Everything else when it comes to the Resident Evil series is basic level to almost below average. I'm not gonna lie, to below average. Compared to Silent Hill, when you have at least an average gameplay, but everything else is just like bump up to 11. So, I don't know. Maybe y'all people just didn't even play the original game, but you really don't have to play the original game to experience it. But you have to look at it for real. So, I'll be honest. Yes, there's some roughness, but it's gonna get patched. So it's gonna be patched and everything will be fine. And before we wrap this video up, I'm gonna talk a bit about the short message. And I think it's a great game. It's a free-to-play game. You can play it right now. It's currently available. I don't have much reasons to say other than it does remind me of PT. It reminds me of PT. It takes place in Germany. It's a pretty cool state, so it's a pretty a small game. So it's a small tiny game, a good 2-hour game, so it's pretty cool, pretty nice. It's like a little something, a little something for free, so it's nice. It's good. And I'm not gonna lie, Silent Hill's been going in a very good road, in a very good direction. Even though it's not the strongest start, but trust me, there's gonna be gold at the end of the tunnel. And I will be playing this game in hopefully day 1, hopefully. And I'll be making a bunch of content with Silent Hill 2 Remake. This is gonna be a Silent Hill 2 Remake, just content, just Konami content in general. Yeah, unless there's other things. So yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. I guess enjoyed the video. What do you think about the Silent Hill 2 combat trailer? What is your thoughts about it? What do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you have your opinion? So please leave me in the comments. I would like to respond to your comments. And yeah, that's the end of the video. And yeah, take care. Hello, everybody. Future Chris here. Normally this is gonna be the end of the video, but I found a bit of a concept gameplay into Silent Hill 2 Remake just surfaced today. I just saw this on Twitter, and to me, I looked at the footage and it looks really, really good. It is actually really, really well. The exploration is there. The third person, you freely using the camera is pretty cool. I like it. I like it. And there's like the key items and everything. It's pretty cool. I could tell you this: the exploration in this game is gonna be fucking amazing. It is really amazing. It's awesome. I really do like this. I really personally do like this. So yeah, that's conclude the video. There's a little bit something extra. Yeah, that's the end of the video, and yeah, take care.